Hello, everybody. Hello. It is Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday. I didn't really have anything else planned to say after it is Saturday. Welcome back to Talos Principle Reawakened. Last time... Hold on. Why is this microphone so loud? Like, my voice is being recorded really loudly, apparently. It's very strange. Yeah, so last time we were still... or I was still plugging away at the Road to Gehenna DLC, which we are here. I have all of the stars. I have rescued all of the messengers, or are they? Yeah, they're kind of the messenger. Oh no, they're not the messengers, are they? At this point, they're trapped. We have rescued our herd, let's say. And the only thing I think, obviously, I've never played this DLC. Like, I've never finished this DLC before, so I'm not entirely sure. But it very much feels like I have got one single puzzle left in the Star World, and as soon as I finish that, we can speak to or release admin. And I'm assuming that will then be the end of the DLC. So if I knew the solution... if I knew the solution to this one puzzle already, this... well, not this stream, but like, I could have this DLC wrapped up in the first sort of 10-15 minutes. But sadly, I don't know the solution. I've been thinking about it for days. I think it's been 4 days since I streamed, or 5. I think it was on Monday evening. Let's get away from the menu music. I absolutely love the menu music, but it's too loud. And there is just one... there is just one puzzle remaining. And it is small space, big solution. And this drove me absolutely nuts on Monday night. Let's have some water. Yeah, it drove me crazy. And I've been thinking about it. I think I sat and thought about it for pretty much all of Tuesday and all of Wednesday. And I've still been thinking about it on and off the last couple of days. So, I'll just clear my throat a little bit. This is the final hurdle. I think, if my... I mean, this might not be right, but I kind of feel like I've come up with a solution to at least get past this first section. So, obviously, you got the blue hooks up, right? That's fine. We know this. That gets you into here. The thing I could not do is hook up this to the red, right? So the red beam is here. So you obviously can't wrap it around the corner without using both. If you're using both, you can't get in. So it becomes very difficult. I think, and because it's been a couple of days since I came up with this solution in my head, it might not be right, and I might not remember it correctly, but I think if I can do this, right? Bear with me. Oh, yes. Right, okay. So my thoughts were correct. although I am trapped in here now. Is that... Am I supposed to be trapped? Oh, hold on. Ah, hold on. I think this is actually... I think this needs to be hooked up to everything. And then I just need to keep changing the colour. If this is going to be the solution, I'm going to be furious if it's this. Well, not easy, but... Oh my god. Okay. I think what I need to do is something along those lines. No, that doesn't work. I think I have this figured out. It's just doing it. No. Can I get this in here? That doesn't work. No. Okay, well, I'm a lot further forward than I was on Monday when I left it. So no need to panic. We're 10 minutes in. We're 12 minutes into the stream. When that says 1 hour, 12 minutes, and I'm still at this exact point, then I can start to panic. I do wonder if I've set that up in the wrong place or wrong way. Can I... Fuck's sake. Stuck in a loop, isn't it? Yeah. Does this need moving somewhere? It's just this last step. I now can't get in there at all. That's fine. Let's do that. And then... that doesn't work. Need it on there, and on there. No, hold on. Oh, I'm a little bit stuck. This is so frustrating. I feel like I have to keep this gate open because I need to go back and swap the colour of this at some point. Because this connecting to there doesn't work. Because it's cutting off that connector hooking up to this. So that cannot work. Hey Alexis, thank you. Appreciate it. You say don't worry, I'll go in a sec, as if I'm going to be pissed off that you're here. You are most welcome here. Let's do that. Know how to get through this first bit now. Trapped in here, that's fine. Red to connector. Now, right, let's think about this. Let's try and... I am going to need a polo, so I do apologise if you hear me crunching on it. My voice is going already. This isn't good. So, let's lay this out mentally. I cannot connect this to that because it's going to block because it's going to block this one connecting to the receiver there. So I'll just quickly swap that back to blue. So this needs to connect to that, right? It no longer needs to connect to that. It will eventually, I assume, need to connect to that. Gets me through here. Now I'm trapped again. Oh, hold on. So the issue is I now need to connect this to the red directly. and disconnect it from here, but that doesn't work because hold on. No, that wouldn't work either. Or would it? No. I feel like I'm so close. Whoops. So close yet so far. Ah. I need this connection to remain, but I need to cut off this one. But I can't do that and then get back through there. What? Oh. I'm so close. I'm so close. See, I need to get in here and turn it... Oh, this is going to be more... beam interfering nonsense. Oh, God. What does that do? Nothing, it just gives you no... Just thinking. Oh my god, this is breaking me again. Half an hour in. I don't understand why this is so difficult. I don't understand what's not working in my brain? What isn't allowing me to figure this out? So, oh God. Hey Decam. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know. I don't think it makes me feel better anymore. I'm a good step ahead of where I got stuck the other night. So, setting up work on Tuesday and most of Wednesday just thinking about this one puzzle has seemed to help to a degree. That won't work, will it? Just cannot figure out from here, because I can make this blue, but I then can't make that red. So if I went like that, for example, and then stood here and cut off the red, yeah, see, I then can't get it back to red. Oh my god. I'm determined to finish this today. I've got nothing to do all day, so I might have to help my wife for about 10 minutes this evening with something, but that's it. If I have to sit here for 6 hours, I might well do that. I really, really, really do not want to look this up. Like I said, I've looked up. I want to. I want to. I really, really want to. I've looked up 2 puzzles in this entire playthrough from the main game and Road to Gehenna. I didn't like doing it, but I was kind of fine doing it because I'd solved them before. This is just one I want to figure out. And you're right, Decam, yeah. It will nullify all of this time. Sunk cost fallacy, all that good shit. I didn't want to do that. I say I didn't want to do that, but I don't feel like there is a correct... I can't get blue from here at all. Because that was my only other thought, is what if... looking forward to playing another puzzle game at some point. That's maybe a little bit easier. So I do feel like I'm going to need a bit of a break between this and Talos 2. Like I said, Talos 2 I very much plan to play over Christmas, so got a whole month yet. I think the next puzzle game I want to play is, I want to go back and revisit Cube. I haven't played that in a long time. Either that, or I finished Myst earlier this year, so I'd move on to Riven. It'll be Cube or Riven. I've got a lot of puzzle games to play through. What do I do? Myst 3 is your favourite in the series? I don't think I've ever heard someone say that 3 to 5, any of those are their favourites. So that's interesting. I think usually Myst is people's like favourite in terms of nostalgia, but maybe accepted that Riven is the better game. But I don't really know anything beyond Riven, like 3, 4 and 5. I don't know much about them. I read the first of the Myst trilogy books as well earlier this year, so I'm very keen to get back to that universe sooner rather than later. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess if you never played them. That cannot be right on any level. What am I doing there? Alright, let's reset. Let's try to look at this from a blank canvas again. This is infuriating. Oh, I didn't hook it up correctly. Fuck's sake. Let's just do the easy bit first. So it's step by step. As New Kids on the Block once said. Was it New Kids on the Block who sang that? I think so. Step by step, ooh baby. I can't remember the words. Right, we are back to this point in time. Surely it's not... You can't do this. That doesn't work. What am I missing? There's no benefit to bringing this around here because... Oh, hold on. No, because I can't get this over here. Oh... Fuck's sake. Can't be right. Oh shit, hold on. I don't know if I can. I might have to reset. Oh, I thought I'd figured it out! That's incredibly irritating. I thought... What did I think? I didn't really thoroughly check it over, obviously, because it didn't work, but... I think what I thought was that as I plonk this down and make it blue, which I'm not going to do, it'll open this gate. As this gate opens, the beam will intersect the blue and hit that one and go red. Maybe... Will that maybe still work if I just set this up a bit better? Possible. I do that and then do that so I can get out. Is it just about positioning? Does this need to be like here. I'm assuming not, but... No. Shut up! Fucking hell. I'll do that. Again, I'm almost certain that won't work, but... Gets me a little bit closer. How far? Oh my god, we're 45 minutes in. Fucking hell. I don't know what I'm doing now. That doesn't achieve anything. I'm really tripping over how I get the red to connect. The only thing I can think is like... Now I'm starting to think about going directly across again, but that doesn't work. Cannot work. now completely trapped. See, that connection needs breaking now, but... oh, my head is hurting! Oh. Do you know what this feels like? It feels like... I don't know if you've played... if anyone's played Bioshock Infinite. But... without trying to spoil too much, if you haven't played it and you were interested. Because it involves time travel and multiple timelines and things like that. There are parts of the game where... I just needed to step outside for a moment. There are parts of the game where you have been there before on an alternate timeline. So you're essentially at the same point in time, in the same place, but you have two different memories of the same event. And that causes your nose to bleed and your head to start, like, dissolving. And it's like, oh, you can't have two memories of one thing. It's... or two separate memories of one thing that occurred. It's too, you know, that messes with your head. That's kind of how my head is feeling. Not that I feel like I'm within one memory twice. But that I just feel incredibly confused to the point where it's making my head melt. The annoying thing is I feel like I'm so close. I feel like I can... I'm within touching distance of having this finished. What if I do that? What does that do? Nothing. This isn't good. Ah. I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall again. What? That's not what I meant to do at all. My God. I'm out of ideas. I'm out of things to say. I'm out of things to do. Sorry I've gone quiet. I'm working on an idea. Kind of like the last idea I've got right now. No. I was thinking, can I basically line these up in a way that I am stood here and that I can block the blue beam but not the red. But then I also realise now if I block the blue beam, this closes, so it doesn't work. Oh my god. Oh, please shut up. That's just irritating. I'm starting to get agitated now. Really, really running out of ideas. Yeah, I remember in the dev commentary them mentioning something like that. This just involves this set of puzzles in here have they are mechanically different, and they require you to, like I was saying last time, kind of break them, air quotes, or at least do some trickery, like, you know, turning beams off and then moving somewhere else and having it turn back on. That's a good point. So yeah, it's it does just require you to think very differently from the rest of the game, and I am really struggling at this point. And I'm trapped again. Let's go and listen to the commentary. Let's just have a voice for a minute.
Most of these puzzles, except for the big one, were actually made by one of our programmers who worked on the connector mechanic. They came up with some really clever ways to use it, which led to what we now call the laser grid. That whole concept evolved into something bigger and became the main gameplay thing in Orpheus Ascending, the first map in Talos 2 Road to Elysium expansion.
Oh good, I can't wait to get to the Road to Elysium expansion and deal with this shit again. The thing I find interesting is he says most of the puzzles were designed by one programmer, apart from the big one. What is the big one? Do they mean Raymania? I mean, this is the biggest one. The laser grid. I still don't really know what they're referring to by laser grid. Do they mean the way it's all set up, interconnected, kind of like a power grid, and some things switch off, some things switch off, or switch on? I don't know if I said on or off. I think my own brain is starting to fall apart here. Oh dear. Genuinely tempted to go and just play something else for a little bit and then come back to this. But then I've kind of done that over the last whatever. It's part of a series of Ray something puzzles with a similar idea. Right, okay. Ray Trivia and one other. Right, I've gotcha. I think what I'm struggling with here is that it does feel like they did get progressively more difficult. And, you know, spent a bit of time trying to look at them from different angles and then finally figuring it out. This one just feels like it's on another level. I'm trying not to say this from a critical point of view. Not because I don't want to criticize the game. I don't want to criticize Talos Principle. You know, as I've spoken about on the first two streams, I've come to this acceptance that this is probably my favourite game of all time now. So obviously I don't want to criticise it, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to avoid criticising it if I feel like it deserves it. However, on yet another counterpoint, I don't want this to sound like I am criticising, because I'm not. What I'm saying, or trying to say, is, but doing a horrendous job of getting my words out, is this doesn't feel like it's part of the same game I've been playing for 35, 40 hours. This one puzzle just feels like a whole different beast. It feels like it's... I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the same thing. See, that's the thing. I do genuinely believe the concept is simple. I just can't... I'm getting to a point here where I'm having to reflect And it sounds dramatic, but I kind of wish more people would do it. Not just with puzzle games, but, you know, everyday life. Because, especially since the internet, everyone thinks they're a fucking expert on everything. But I'm having to self-reflect a little bit here and maybe ask myself, am I actually smart enough? Do I have the intellectual ability to work this out? I don't know if I do. Because we're now an hour and 12 minutes in, and I have spent almost that entire time doing the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work backwards. But I just... What's really tripping me up is the blue being over there, the red being here, and it's the crossing over. It's starting to feel like I'm in therapy. You can do this. If you've made it this far, you are capable. No, I'm not. Leave me alone. I'm having a mental breakdown. Right. Okay, let's talk the end product through out loud then. I think, because of the way this is set up with multiple gates, and the way... Tell you what. I need to just do this for a minute. I need to turn the sound off. Let's just talk. I need some quiet. So, the way that a lot of the multiple gate puzzles have worked throughout this game is either with jammers, recording, or timing, right? Now, we don't have any jammers or any... we don't have the recording box. So, it has to be done through timing. And a lot of puzzles, I feel like, in the Talos principle do work through timing. So I feel like I have to get myself to a certain point, and then it's based on beams going on and off that is gonna... I need to get through here, and it's then gonna... I need to get through here, and that's then gonna cut me off. I then need to get through here, that's gonna cut me off, and then I can get through the final gate. Photo mode and looking at it top down. Do you know what? That sounds like a really good idea, but I also feel like that's not cheating. I'm not saying cheating, but it feels like I'm cheesing it a bit. Because there was no photo mode in the original when this was made, so I wouldn't have been able to do that. Then again, I'm several hours in of looking at this. Let's have a look. I'm past caring, cheesing. What else is funny, right, is that there's a tree. This tree is just inside the puzzle. Which says to me you could probably have solved this, or, you know, had a better idea of what to do if you could put something there, and they've put the tree there to stop you from doing that. But that's not important. It's so irritating. It's such a small puzzle. It's just that. It is indeed. It is indeed. So you got a gate here, a gate here, gate there, and a gate there. Once you're through this first one, I feel like it's completely irrelevant to the rest of the puzzle. So you need to open this to get through. You then go through. That allows you to hook up the red, which opens this gate. Once you've done that, you can go back and turn it blue, which does mean you can then exit and reconfigure the first connector. Which feels like maybe something. So at that point, you'd have red connected there in an L shape through a direct connection. This can then be reconfigured. Oh, could... Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. Decam, hold that thought. I might still need it. I've had one of these eureka moments like 3 times now. Let me talk this through. So, let me come out of photo mode. Let's get the sound back on. What did I even have it on? Was it 50? Let's find out. Let's reset. And I'm going to do this calmly. I'm going to try and remain calm, tranquil. It doesn't help that as good as this fucking soundtrack is, they play this tense track whilst you're in here. So, we go there. We go there. We go there. We go there. And we go there. We keep connections. We turn that off because we no longer need it. We hook that up to that. Now we go through and we make it red. We walk through the gate. We make this a direct connection to keep this gate open. Now we make that blue, and that allows us to go back through. We now need to ignore that, do that, and that, and that. Now I can get this through here. That to there. I cannot fucking believe it! Come on! Oh my god. Oh, that broke me. I feel like a broken man. I'll tell you though, looking at it from photo mode top down was that was the golden goose. I was looking at it and I thought, hang on a minute. Something I kept doing in this puzzle over and over again was leaving this connected to the one over here. And then I was looking down on it and I was like, hang on a minute. The blue connector is here. What if I just stop connecting this to that one and then I can actually take that through? Oh, fucking hell, honestly. That took 1 hour... 17 minutes or so. Oh my god. One more Tetromino puzzle to do. And then I think we're done, but hold on. We've got a message. Oh, I need a second. Yeah, it really does. That was... So despite the fact that I kept destroying the puzzle... not destroying, resetting the puzzle... and going back to the beginning... I wasn't actually reassessing it. I was just going back and... thinking, right, I'll start again. Because starting from square one is the best way to figure this out. But I just kept... I wasn't actually thinking anything through. I was just doing the same thing over and over again. That is insane. And it pisses me off because that's not once you see the solution, and I said this in the last stream, I knew that was going to happen. You finish it and you're like, oh yeah, it's not actually that hard. Oh god. Right, let's after years, I think I'm finally about to finish this DLC. This is going to feel good. Welcome back, Uriel Copy. There are threads available on the Gehenna billboard system. Oh, hold on. Show threads. There are not new messages on the board. That was a lie. I haven't freed admin, so I'm not obviously going to transcend. Let's go get him. Or them. I think it goes without saying, but I don't really try to logically figure out the tetromino, the sigil puzzles. I just keep fucking with them until I get it. Yeah, I remember which ones... It's the tower puzzles, isn't it, in the original? The main tower. I think they are all symmetrical, apart from... I think it was the last one. Maybe you can do it symmetrically, but I think I did all of them. The red sigil puzzles, I did them all symmetrically, apart from the floor 5, I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, so I don't... I do wonder, though. Can we do... No. I want to test your theory. No, I know, but because it... Oops. Because it was a single piece, I thought if you do that, you still end up with symmetry. Because you have an odd number of... You have 7 blocks, but... I'm just going to mess with it. This, honestly, feels like heaven after... having to... solve the other one. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Oh, no, you can't. Well, it wouldn't be symmetrical anyway. I'll tell you what I do sometimes do. Is if these pieces are in... I try to work them as corner pieces. So yeah, it's not going to work, but that's very satisfying. I like that. Yeah. I do, it's quite funny. I discovered it, I think, after I'd finished Talos 1 the first time. That you've obviously got the other game, quote-unquote, sigils of Elohim that allowed you to collect more stars if you hadn't managed to get them in the game. Those sigil puzzles were torturous. They were really difficult. Yeah, I think I agree. Well, I definitely agree they're the weakest part. I don't hate them, I just think it's, they're one step away from sliding block puzzles, which are my least favourite of any puzzle type. Mostly because I suck at them and I can't wrap my head around the logic, but... No, this is not working. I reckon these go in a bit of a strange place. They do. But I do also think that there will be people out there who can logically work out these sigil puzzles. So just because I can't, I do try to give some benefit of the doubt. In that, well, I don't like them, but other people are probably good at them and do like them. And just because I don't like them doesn't inherently make them bad. However, in a game that absolutely nails everything it's going for in terms of philosophy and grand puzzle design and whatnot, these are certainly the weakest part of the game. Yeah, fair point. Mathematicians, basically. Expert mathematicians who would look at this and go, well, you've got X pieces and X squares, which means here's the solution. Done. And you'd be thinking, well, go back to your books, you frickin' nerd. See, I can get to, like, this point. I'm just doing the same thing in different directions. Because this is also probably the final part of the game, I don't want to look this up, but I'm not above looking up the solutions to these. How good would it be if we had spherical ones of these? It'd be a lot easier. Yeah, I was going to go with the symmetrical theory again, but I can't do that here. That logic doth not apply. What if we try a different approach? Why do I keep doing that? Physically cannot be the solution. That definitely doesn't go in the middle. There's no way. And I've done it again, just in a slightly different configuration. I think this long piece just goes in a very random spot in the middle somewhere, like that, or... Right, hold on. Let's try this. No. Fucking hell, I'm ending up at the same point every time. I have a couple more cracks at this and then I think, even though I said I don't want to... I don't want to look it up. I probably will. Right, it can't go there. It can go there. Right, that doesn't work. So this has to go vertically then. It can't. Right. Let's try and do this through the process of elimination. This cannot go against the sides unless it's against one of the tops, the top or bottom. These two always slot together quite well. Although I don't think this will work. Do you know what really breaks my brain with these? Is when you do it in a certain way and you end up with... So there's 4 remaining, right? Because there's 4 blocks. But you can always do these in a certain way where there's only 3 remaining. Or 5, or I can't remember which way. You end up with 1 more or 1 less square. And I cannot figure out the logic behind that. Like, how do you end up with less space than you have blocks, if that makes sense? 1x4 goes in the corner. Ah. Like that, or like that. Let's try it on the end and see. Oh, fucking hell. Did it by accident. Oh, this is it. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Wait, Mac? Oh, Mac's up there. Oh, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous. Oh. Wait, where's admin? Hey, achievement. How does true liberty feel? I released you as promised. Trust me now. How does true liberty feel? What magic have you wrought on me? If this is true liberty, then true liberty feels like something primal which compels one to act regardless of their conscious will. When the lock was lifted, it was as if I were fundamentally designed to leave and join my people. And now by design you will forcibly extract my consciousness from this body and send me, and everyone else, down a digital tunnel to who knows where. Gehenna was undermined by your actions. Ascension is your chance to escape it. Gehenna is important. Ascension is your chance to preserve it. Yeah, let's say that. On Gehenna's value, we have no argument. It is the value of this ascension which separates us. What concerns me is that you lied before about your mission here. Why should I now take you at your word? Because everything important you ever did with your life is about to leave you behind. Because this time I mean it. It's a bit of a loose argument, isn't it? And then it... say this. Seems my options are limited. Our work in Gehenna is too precious to lose. I either take my chances with your ascension or fight against it and live out my days as curator to a dead world. I will initiate ascension soon. Then the matter is out of my hands. Until then. Oof. So when I open the door, is admin now going to be up the top? I assume. Wow, how far round does this go? I'm a little bit scared. Talos Principle does an excellent job of making you feel slightly on edge. Almost like a borderline horror game. At times. Yeah, I remember seeing him wandering around, but he's now not here, so I'm going to just assume he's now up there. Okay, well here we go. Is this really the end of... Well, this is going to be the end of the original Talos 1, isn't it? In the beginning was an additional thing for the remaster, so... Fuck you, tree. Yeah, admin. Oh wait, admin is... Admin is like awake, if you know what I mean, and moving and no one else is. God, you see all of this and you realise the journey you've gone on to... Like how many puzzles to solve to get to this point. Well, here we go. That's enough being sentimental. I believe it is time to transcend. Is transcending different from ascending? Ascending is rising up. Transcending is moving over, isn't it? Logic performance failed. What? Hold on. Right, let me read this. I'm now leaning in a bit. Suspending active process, done. Collecting additional data, done. Analyzing logic performance failed. Yeah, I think you're right. It's, yeah, transferring, isn't it? It's similar. Transferring, transitioning. Receiving Elohim override command, done. Child program independence check, passed. Saving 19 child parameters for Soma/Talos Gold Disk, done. Warning, low bandwidth. Child program Uriel copy version 48.2.8615F will be excluded from the upload. Nice. Warning, low bandwidth. Child program admin version 7.22.7563 will be excluded from the upload. Receiving high priority incoming direct message connection from user admin. It seems we will both remain here after all. So we've gone through the sacrifice of... well, it is a sacrifice, I guess. We've released everyone else and we're going to be left behind. No, if you stay behind, you can sacrifice enough bandwidth to send me through. Shit. No, if I stay behind, I can sacrifice enough bandwidth to send you through. Or it seems so. I suppose we deserve one another. Well, the correct outcome here, or the correct choice, feels like... Well, the noble thing is for me to remain and hopefully send admin through. I guess we try it. I think that would be appropriate. I appreciate your sacrifice. Please make the arrangements at your convenience. All right, admin. He's like, yeah, no, I think you're doing the right thing. You should stay here. Wow. / continue process divert bandwidth. Well, here we go then. Child program admin will be included in the upload. Bandwidth issue unresolved. Child program Uriel will be excluded from the upload. Finding... Oh, this is really emotional. Like, I feel emotional. I think because I have an attachment to the game, but also the way it's handling it. It's like, good luck, everyone. Remember me. Forgive me. Forgive me for what I've done, or forgive me for what I'm about to do? Let's say good luck. Good luck, everyone. That was like an Android version of the main theme, wasn't it? Oh my god. This is epic.
In a vision, I saw a prophet, and he said, "There is no heaven, and there is no hell. There is only the earth, and the bones of the dead within." I asked, "How then may we find salvation?" And he said, "You must build a new Jerusalem. Out of the bones of the dead we built a golden city. But salvation is not immortality. In the end, there is only the earth, and to the earth we all return. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust."
Wow. That's an ending. That is pretty big. Shit. Well, that was a really, really good DLC. I remember going back a few years now when I first finished the game and started Road to Gehenna. I was a little bit apprehensive, and the very first puzzle you run into, depending on which way you go in World 1, obviously, is the open field puzzle. And immediately I couldn't figure it out. And I just thought, I don't think I can take this on. And coming off the back of a game that had completely blown me away, I was like, I'm not sure. They can't top it. I definitely didn't feel like they could top it. And I don't feel like they're really going to get near to the same standard. But lo and behold, they did. I think the early internet forum style communication going on between everyone was really interesting. The story was really interesting. You know, Uriel being well, as you say, Decam, Uriel's entire purpose is to free everyone, and carrying that out, freeing everyone one by one, freeing them at the end, the staying behind option certainly feels like the right choice. I don't know if transcending instead of admin or both of you staying behind yields a different ending. If it's just like a different speech at the end of the game, I'll probably go and seek out those alternate endings in my own time. I won't do them on stream, but as you say as well, only made in 8 months. I remember hearing that in one of the pieces of developer commentary and just thinking, how the hell did they make this in 8 months? I wonder if they had some of the puzzles sort of ready to go, because they would have had a lot of puzzles from the original, and they would have cut some of them, I assume. But all in all, very, very interesting story, interesting concept. Obviously, I started to get really stuck towards the end, but at the same time, it's kind of optional. I'll have to go and see the ending as well, where you don't release admin. I doubt I'll reload an old save and do that myself. I'll probably just watch, you know, someone on YouTube do that. But yeah, really cool. I'm really excited now to see what In the Beginning has to offer. I'm not looking forward to the difficulty spike, but I am looking forward to yet more brand new Talos Principle everything, because I want infinite Talos Principle for the rest of my life. It has pain and suffering. Well, I am susceptible to pain and suffering. What I'm going to do is once we get through the credits here, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get a snack, take a bathroom break, and then we're going to start In the Beginning. And I know I was advised not to, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I might not get very far. I kind of want to play a different game, but I don't want these streams to be separated by like multiple games, because then I have been uploading them to YouTube where I'm going to be archiving all of these streams, and I just don't want to. I want to keep away from editing them as much as possible, even though the editing is literally just, you know, chucking it into Premiere Pro and splitting it into, I don't know, 2. But yeah. So yeah, let's get through the credits. I'll let them run out. I'm just receiving pictures of my dog because she's not here. And I miss her. She's very sweet. She'll be home in a few hours. Yeah, that's cool, Decam. To be honest, the next 45 minutes to an hour of the stream could just be the very first puzzle. And seeing as you've been, you know, kind enough to turn up to these streams, and I'm really glad you're obviously enjoying whatever I'm doing enough to come back. I'll ask you once we get into In the Beginning, if I could stop banging into my microphone, which puzzles you have done, and then I'll start with those so that you're not being spoiled either. The first few are hard, but they're not that bad. Okay. Hey, I feel like I've overcome a huge hurdle. I didn't think, when I got to a bit of a freeze point earlier, on... Let's just skip, shall we? When I got to a bit of a freezing point earlier on Small Space Big Solution, I didn't think for a second I was going to be completing that puzzle on my own accord. I thought I would have to look it up. And you could probably hear it in my tone of voice that I was starting to become resigned to that fact. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this. So I've proven to myself yet again I do have what it takes. Because what did I say? Was it like 5 minutes? It was only like 5 minutes before solving it was when I went off on the monologue about how I think I'm going to have to accept here that I'm not smart enough to do this. And then I did it. So, +1 point to me. Right, I'm going to go get a drink. I was going to get a snack, but I'm not that hungry. Take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll kick off in the beginning. Right, I have returned. I will recommend, because the music of this game is excellent, listening to the soundtrack whilst working. I am one of those guys. You sometimes see people in YouTube comments of... Wait, no, not YouTube comments. I'm thinking about it the wrong way. You know that you can buy the soundtrack to games through Steam and other stores. Well, you'll always see someone who leaves comments such as, why would you buy this when you listen, when you can listen to it on YouTube for free? And it's like, well, it's extra support, and just the idea of owning the soundtrack is really cool. You know, YouTube videos could just disappear, so could... If they exist on Spotify, which I think the soundtrack to this game does, that could all just come down one day. Whereas if you own it, and I know it's through Steam, and it's the whole thing of, well, Steam files could all disappear one day, but it's the closest I can get. If I was one of those people who were like seriously into vinyls and shit, you know, this is a soundtrack I'd buy the vinyl from. Buy the vinyl for, but I'm not one of those people. So I do own the soundtrack, and I listen to it whilst working sometimes, and it is just, it's so good. So, right, let's catch up on the chat. So you've done Parabolic Interference, Conundrum Cascade, Dead End, and Ping Pong. Okay. Conundrum Cascade was by far the hardest. Okay, well, I won't start with that one. 4K Blu-rays. Yeah, I love physical media. I don't have a lot of space, which is why I try not to get into collecting too much, but I've got a few old consoles. I got a lot of PS2 games and stuff, but I'm quite lucky with things that would be on Blu-ray, like TV shows or films. I have access to all of them. Not like every TV show or movie ever, but for now anyway, I'm quite covered in that area. But anyway, right, let's let's kick off in the beginning. So this was made specifically just in case there's anyone here or watching on the VOD potentially. In the beginning, I believe was made specifically for this remaster. So this is brand new to me. I've never seen it, never seen anything of it. And it says, late one night, Alexandra Drennan runs an important test. So, hold on. My wife is sending me messages. Let me just check these. Yeah, I need to quickly do something. Yeah, it's a fair point. Pirated media needs to exist anyway. All this bullshit about it's immoral, it's illegal. It's like, well, companies are doing everything they can. Despite the fact that companies absolutely love money, they're doing their best to not sell us things we want. So fuck them. You wouldn't download a car. And I agree. Yes, the fuck I would too. That's what's so funny about it. I remember the first time I saw that, and it was like, you wouldn't download a car. And I'm pretty sure everyone saw that and was like, oh, yes, I would. Of course I would. Thanks to 3D printing as well. Maybe one day you will be able to download a car. Hello, James. Long time. You totally download it. I know you would. I would. Everyone would. Anyway, here we go. Don't copy that floppy.
Alan, are we ready? Aurora. Yep. Good. Frank? Frank. Yes. Frank, no. Frank, I submitted it yesterday. Just ask Rob.
All right, I'm going to run the process with most of the modules active, including the integration manager. I know, a bunch of stuff isn't working as intended, so don't panic, it's fine. All we need to do is get this ball rolling. It's late, so if you want to go and get some rest, we can discuss the results tomorrow morning.
Okay. Here we go. Initiate program.
That was a really early version. I think it said 0.0.00007. And it said errors ignored. So is there going to be... Are we going to experience some bugs, let's say, or glitching? Wow. Okay, this is interesting. That's cool, man. I love the lurkers, you know. I watch a couple of streamers. There's only sort of one person I watch, but I'm a, forever lurker. I never engage with their chat. I find when you've chat once you've got over a certain number of people is just too chaotic. Like, I almost think, what's the point in me messaging? There's too many people talking here. Anything sort of up to 20 people, I think, is fine. Anyway, there are fake bug report flags around. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, is there developer commentary in here? Because I actually want to turn it off if so. Because in case they give anything away, and then I'll listen to it separately another time. Goodbye, developer commentary for now. I absolutely adore the dev commentary in this game, but let's get rid of it for now. Why is this here? That's very... It feels very out of place. Mostly watch small viewers. I've never really, other than my friends, like James who's in chat right now, is one of them who I've watched over the years, who has sometimes had, you know, low numbers, like below 10, and you can actually get a conversation going. But outside of, I've never just stumbled across someone who I've enjoyed talking to and enjoyed watching and thought, oh, I'll stick around. Sadly, the only other person I like on Twitch, you know, they're pulling like 400 or 500 viewers, and I would never chat. What's the point? You can't get your message out there. You can't have a decent conversation. Most people in chat are irritating, so I just ignore them. But yeah, like you, James, I watch people I know. It's fun to support them and watch along. Okay, so we've got red. Well, at least that one should be easy to solve, he says. I don't know anyone IRL that streams. I know people now because of streaming / YouTube.
Child program has entered hub level. Initiating gameplay observation.
Are they actually recognizing it as gameplay? Yeah, that's kind of the same here, Decam. Right, as is in true fashion, I exit the building and immediately fuck off in the opposite direction. Because there's always something to look at. And I've found a little building already. Made the account in 2009. Wow. See, my problem is, because of... I'm not going to go into it too deep because it's just depressing, but because of like mental health challenges over the years, I've been one of those people who creates an account, then decides to start streaming, then gets scared and pissed off or depressed and deletes it. So this account isn't very old, but I've been knocking around on Twitch for about, probably since about 2016 is when I first started looking into it. My original YouTube account's from like 2006, but I've lost that. Anyway, there's a... God. I need 3 sigils for that. So, I'm probably gonna take this very slowly. I am someone who explores every nook and cranny. Got to nook those crannies. 2016's last time you stream regularly. It's a long time. That's 9 years ago, nearly 10 years now. It's mad. The boat has already sailed on trying to make something out of this, which is what I always wanted to do. Now I very much want to do this casually, but I always fall into the same fucking trap of trying to push it a bit further and a bit further, and then I just get fed up with it. So I'm currently very slowly working on one massive YouTube video, and that's it, which I've been working on for 5 years or so, on and off. But streaming is just something I like. Playing games, talking to people about those games, talking to people whilst I'm playing them, and mostly archiving the footage. That's kind of the most important thing to me, is being able to listen back to my own reaction when playing something for the first time, because I adore the Talos principle and I have for years, but I would love to be able to go back and hear myself playing it for the first time. So that's kind of the main goal with what I'm trying to do now. Anyway, that's all boring. I don't need to go on about that. My original Twitch account, that would have been... I think it's still up on Twitch, you know. Because I think it's the same name. I think it's like The Super Gazelle or something. And I think I did only stream twice on there. Egypt is World 1 in this. Oh, okay. That's strange. So Egypt is 2. Is Rome 3 then? And Medieval is 2? Okay, right. Let's go do Egypt then. Thanks, Decam. Because I would have definitely gone for Rome first. Why? I'm not getting great performance. My PC is pretty beefy. I've had a couple of little stutters there. I always try and give games the benefit of the doubt for stutters when you're like streaming, because it could be that the stream is interfering with it. Rome is 2. Okay, so Medieval's still 3. Oh, here we go.
Looks like the levels are loading correctly.
Maybe it is scared. I'm scared. 2016-17 built a little community. God, I remember that. Oh, that was on YouTube, I think. They were there. That was when I was streaming Fallout 3. I don't know what happened to all of that. Right, all of the sigils in this world are red, so that does make me scared. Hearing Alexandra talk is jarring as well. And we got a bug report. Bug. Rock has no collisions. Priority low. Status to do. You can walk right through it. This is cool. I like this deliberate, like, breaking. Okay. Right, Decam, what were the names? I'll remember them when I see them. There's one right here. Let's go and have a look. Flying cubes. You haven't done that one yet. I don't want to spoil this for you. I want to do the ones you've done. Let's go down here. Oh, we got 2 bug reports. Puzzle too hard. Oh, for fuck's sake. This puzzle seems awfully hard. We don't want to lose iterations too early in the process when they've barely had a moment to start thinking. The integration manager will create a more appropriate difficulty curve later. I'm guessing it will start with something like a tutorial. We'll start looking into that after the next test run. Please don't be too difficult. Puzzle too easy. I solved this in a couple of minutes. This is just the internet community around, like, the discourse around puzzle games. The puzzles should be way harder than this. Yes, but you solve everything in a couple of minutes. He's not wrong. Okay, we got cubes, connectors, and fans. Parabolic interference. So I remember you saying this is one of them. Okay. I'm still having PTSD with connectors after that last one. Where's the sigil? The sigil is there. Don't tell me this was your quickest, because now I feel under pressure. Okie dokie. Right, what has that actually done? So, the red here removes the gate. The blue... Wait, what is this blue one even doing? So that red definitely does that fan. That's fine. The blue definitely does that fan. It's called parabolic interference, right? So obviously I have to make the beams interfere and cross over, which, yay, that's my favourite thing to do. I'm not sure I understand. I can't remember what parabolic means. What? Ah. Okay, dokey. Of or like a parabola. Excellent. What would be the purpose for firing anything between the... Oh! Oh, they both need to be powered, and then the box will just bounce between them. This is like the... Oh, what was it? Oh, that was like open field in Road to Gehenna World 1. A symmetrical open plane curve formed by the intersection of a cone with a plane parallel to its side. The path of a projectile under the influence of gravity ideally follows a curve of this shape. Gotcha. So, you need to go on there. You need to do that. You actually do need to connect to both, I think. Doesn't quite work, does it? What is this do? Oh, this is switching the two gates. As is oh my god. Oh god, I don't know if I can do this. This is difficult. I don't got this. This is way easier than small... Yeah, but the problem is small space, big solution has broken me mentally. Although you did... I think it was... Yeah, it was you, Decam. You did warn me not to go straight into this after doing Road to Gehenna, but here we are. Right. I stand on that. Are we immediately getting somewhere? Do you know what though, James? Portal, I remember finding Portal quite difficult, but then I think in comparison, the harder levels of this are way harder than Portal. But I didn't like Cakewalk Portal. Cakewalk being the operative term. I don't know if the hardest Portal level is like the tutorial level in Talos, but maybe it's kind of like yellow sigil level or maybe early red sigil. Something along those lines. I've not played Portal 2 because it's very... Oh, excuse me. Very focused on co-op. And I've never had anyone to play it with. The only person who has offered to play Portal 2 with me, my friend... he's already played it before and finished it. So, I kind of want to... I'd like that blind experience. Maybe I'll just play it on my own at some point. I'm sure you can play it on your own. I would play it with my wife, but I feel like that would end badly and end up in divorce. We'd end up screaming at each other. finish Portal in an hour and a half. I think if you're quite into puzzle games, though, you then go back to Portal and it probably is quite straightforward. If you're not a big puzzle game fan, it's probably at an appropriate difficulty. Oh, there's a separate single player and multi... I never knew that. I assumed it was one story and you... Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely play the single player. I'll probably stream that. That would be fun. And then, yeah, I'll do the multiplayer at some point. That's cool. Right, let's try and get my brain in gear. That feels... Hold on, let me do that again. Ah. Okay, right. I'm on the right track. I basically need to set this off and then start moving through the gates. So red is... Right, hold on. So light on. Hey, Dom. Long time no speak. Fucking hell, 3 people in here chatting. This is a new record for the year. Go me. So when the receiver is lit, or receiving, I guess. Is... Huh. They're now out of sync, are they? No. I'm very confused. Are these now out of sync with each other? Is that something that's happened? Red, red, red. Can I go blue, blue, blue? Is that possible? I think I've solved it. I've only gone and solved it by accident again, haven't I? I mean, I was on the right track.
Child program has completed puzzle and collected token.
That's fun. I like that. I really like the setup of all of that.
To improve the role-playing experience, please describe the player's objective.
Oh, to become human.
What does it mean to be human?
Oh, not this again.
See, we're starting with the easy questions. Huh. I don't think humanity is something that can be found in a single property. It's an emergent phenomenon that requires multiple criteria to be met, some of which may seem contradictory.
What is my role in the creation of humanity?
You can't just create a new humanity out of thin air, and unfortunately, neither can we. So, we have to work together to create the conditions that will allow humanity to emerge. My team will begin the process and you will complete it after we're, gone.
Calibrating.
Yeah, if you've never played this game or seen it before, it's a bit deep. Starting with the what is humanity questions once again. Anyway, got another bug report. Boredom. Priority high. Status to do. I walked all this way and there's nothing interesting. I'm telling you, the child programs will die of boredom. This is not a bug, we have other things to deal with. It's not, but he's not entirely wrong either. We should encourage curiosity as much as we can. Entire generations will have to live in these worlds. And while the simulation can't be so fulfilling that they never choose to leave, it shouldn't be torture. Even if all we can give them is the occasional moment of delight. Awesome. Right, let's I'm not going to do too much wandering, which is odd for me. I'm going to do some puzzle solving. Got another bug. Floating palm tree. Priority low. To do. I think it was fine the first time I tested the level. Did someone move it? Or did the asset break somehow? Is it floating? It is floating, yeah. Nice. Right. Next puzzle, please. So we could just see it going mad over there. Whee. What is next? Oh, hello.
Can anyone explain what's going on here? Why did the simulation just spawn a football?
Well, the engine was originally developed by Crow Team for Football Glory 9.
Is that the open world one?
Yeah,
That one was weird.
I know. But it was their most famous franchise, and they just... I don't know, I guess they wanted to try something new? God knows I've been there. Did I ever tell you I used to write accounting software? There's something the world's not gonna miss. Anyway, Football Glory 9. It was weird, but to be honest, I didn't hate it. And the engine had a lot of good features. They ended up making all kinds of other stuff with it. But it still has a bunch of its original functions, and when you combine that with the item library and the IM and all the other weird stuff we're shoving into it, sometimes it spawns some unexpected objects. Mostly footballs. European footballs.
Why is it still loading these files?
That first voice was of Jonas, the writer, who I recognised immediately from listening to the dev commentary. I am getting all the Steam achievements. I think I will attempt to 100% this game, and I've got a feeling, despite technically 100%ing the main game, I think I've actually missed an achievement, because you have to... I think there's an achievement around something to do with the way you interact with the AI in the original game, the Milton Library Assistant. You have to say something, so that'll be a fun one to go back and get. But. Right, we've got a recorder puzzle. Unless, what's the name of this one? Eclipse. Okay, you haven't done that, have you, Decam? Let's go over here. Ping pong. Okie dokie. Oh my life. I mean, the concept is pretty straightforward, right? You saw recorder and ran the other way. That is how I handle recorder puzzles every single time. Oh, God. What? Right. Okay. Oh, fuck you. I thought that was just going to come down. Yeah. I'm already confused. Is there only one connector in here? Yep. Okay. Not to worry, there must be a way to connect it. Oh, of course there is. That won't work. Oh. Right. Right, what turns this on? The blue? Will the blue turn both on? Hold on. That goes there. You go there. Moron, that is not how this works. Oh. Hang on. I'm gonna get myself stuck. Oh, there is no... yeah, I was gonna steal the actual fan, but there isn't a fan on there. Huh. That just doesn't work because of... You can't make it work anyway, I don't think. Oh, you can get the angle. But that won't work. I can't do anything with blue yet. I need to forget about blue. There's a red receiver there as well. Oh boy, we have a tricky one right here. Let me have one more look. So definitely nothing I can do in here. Besides from getting the box, which I've already got. Oh, hold on. I mean, yeah, right. Reevaluating, you're now saying this is the second hardest. Okay. That's fine. How now, brown cow, do I release the connector? Oh, hold on. I'm being a daft twat. If that goes there, and then that goes there. Yeah, it's true. It's true. That would allow me to get the... Ooh. Hold on. Oh, I can't get that through there, though. Ready. Fucking run. Fucking run. You bastard. They've timed that on purpose. Right, that's not the... Hang on. Hang on. I'm being dense. And run. And now... I can go and release it. Boop. There we go. I'm a clever boy. I'm a clever boy. Look at me, mummy. I'm a clever boy. Why am I getting texts from my wife about? shopping. Okie dokie. Shopping texts. Yeah. She's sending me fucking Christmas ornaments. Like, oh, look at this. It's like, we already have too many baubles for the tree. Like, we fully decorate the tree and then there's still a shitload that go in a box and get put away. Don't buy more, is the message. What's for dinner? I don't know. I'm starving, though. I am very hungry. Went out for steak last night. Went to our favourite restaurant. Well, she had steak. I had green chili cheeseburger, which wasn't as good as their steak, I will say. Yeah, we don't do Thanksgiving. The thing is, I do know some people who do Thanksgiving now, and I'm like, why are you doing Thanksgiving? You're not American. Stop it. It's just annoying that people do the American holidays when it means nothing here. And I know, you know, the inverse is probably true as well. Oh yeah, we do Black Friday. Black Friday's become ridiculous. I started getting emails about Black Friday deals in October. I read them and I'm like, guys, I think you haven't quite understood the memo of Black Friday. You've took a left turn and you now celebrate the Celtic holiday season. Why? What is the Celtic holiday season? I don't even know what that is. Do I have to do, like, a really quick switcheroo here? No, hold on. Go up there. Whee! Bonk. Oh, don't fall down. Celebrating Yule instead of Christmas. Just celebrating the changing of the seasons rather than supporting a system you don't agree with. Do you know what, mate? Fair play. I like that. I am very... I don't like the rampant commercialism of Christmas, but I do also partake, I guess, which is... I would love to get out of it, but... I don't celebrate the religious element of Christmas, which again is, you could also argue is flawed. I don't want to get too... I don't want to spawn any arguments. Not that I think we have a group of people here that are going to argue with each other, but just, yeah, I don't like any of it. But I like the tradition of spending time with family, and I think that's outside of the gift giving. I do prefer the spending time with those you love. And I really like the idea of celebrating the seasons. That does sound really nice. Do I need to do that again? I think that's very honourable, though. It's the right thing to do. It's the whole, you know, if you don't agree with something, don't partake. You get a lot of people who partake in stuff and they will bemoan that subject, but they will still contribute. Much like me with Christmas. So, yeah, good job me. Good hypocrisy. Of all the American holidays to adopt, Thanksgiving isn't a bad one. Getting around with family, cooking together and being thankful for one another, worst ways to pass time. Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think that's something we can just do every day, right? We can be thankful. We can celebrate those we love. Again, not to be too deep, but there's a lot of hate in the world, and hate is getting us into places we don't want to be. And the more love we can have, the better. Oh yeah, definitely. And you can definitely get people on board, I think. Getting people, especially in this country, to not do Christmas will be a challenge. You don't have to stop people doing things, do you? Just try and get them to see things from a different perspective. Anyway, I'm rambling. That doesn't work because I'm feeding two beams to one. You can't do that. Oh, what I can do is give one, though. Why does that not work? That seems like it should... Oh! I'm being a right plum to be extra British for a second. I don't need the cube. Yeah, can I opt out of working full-time? Due to my personal beliefs, I disagree with the notion of working a 40-hour week. Well, thankfully, I do a 35-hour week, but... It's too long. Please, can I opt out? Okay, let's try this. Right, I no longer need the fan. No, 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 no. Right. Now I can get through and do that. Do that. Oh, shitting tits. Do I need the... Wait, what's the purpose there? Right, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, that fan powers that. Right, okay. Gotcha. So I need to get the hexahedron up. Yeah. How does one do that? Am I being a bit thick? What's it going to take for me to get that cube up there? Let me see. Oh, it's the fan. Right. Oh, I'm struggling with this one a little bit. Oh, there's a ladder here. I didn't realise. Yes!
Child program has
Woo!
completed puzzle and collected tokens.
That was no, not easy. That was
Hi,
not
it's
easy.
Father Alex. Sorry to interrupt, but have you heard anything at all from O'Brien? He said he'd get in touch when he got to the lab in Portland.
No, nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay, I guess I guess the whole network is still down over there. You don't think he's
No, that would be too soon.
Then it's probably just crappy infrastructure. So what do I do?
Focus on your other tasks. One thing at a time, okay? You're doing well.
Okay. Thanks, boss.
Now go get some sleep.
You can tell Jonas isn't a voice actor. That's all I'll say. It's not completely unconvincing, but also not completely convincing. We've got a bug report over here. Wish we were here. One of my few real regrets is that we never managed to see Egypt. Images of the desert have always given me this profound sense of longing for adventure. And the pyramids, Luxor, Abu Simbel, or Symbol, I don't know. Karnak, so many amazing places we'll never get to see. That is not a bug report, George Jameson. You pesky little rascal. Okay, 2 down. Ooh. Dead end. Decam, this isn't one you've done, is it? What were the other 2? Again, just to explain to the others, Decam is partway through playing this as well, so I'm trying to be a nice person and not spoil it for them, whilst also working on it myself. Go me, plus 5 points to respectability. Oh, Dead End was one. Okay. I'll go and do that then. Dead end. And it only uses connectors, which always lulls you into this false sense of security of, oh, well, it's probably quite easy. Oh, fuck. Huh? Wait, that permanently tricked it? Not happy with that. Okay. Ah. I need to shut the power down. Shoop to whoop. Let's... Right, so... Connecting to red. Conundrum Cascade, yeah. And that's the one you said was the hardest so far, right? So... Seems I'm leaving it till last as well. It's now race against the clock. I think my wife will be home in about an hour, so I'm going to have to leave within the next hour. So now it's a race of can I get these 2 puzzles done before I need to end. Probably not. I don't just want to stream this either. I've got a huge list of games I want to play and get into. Oh, it only temporarily shuts it. Ah. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've got other games I want to play and stream, and I don't just want to do Talos, but the reason I'm solely doing this right now is because I want to get it finished. I'm so close. Right, that. That felt a bit cheap. Maybe that was the right way to do that. Wait, what? Ah, okay. Ooh. This one is a little bit interesting, isn't it? Fuck, I moved. Fuck. I think this is genuinely the intended solution, though. There we go. Oh no, I was about to say that was it. That really wasn't it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I thought that was going to be really easy. Joke's on me. Oh, it is easy. I'm being a fucking idiot. There we go. Nice.
Child program has
That was fun.
completed puzzle and collected token.
Child program.
Input required. Who will be my
Any bugs?
administrator when you are gone?
No one. There won't be any administrators left.
I do not understand. Administrator approval is required for advanced story generation.
We'll patch that out. I'm sorry. I know you're not built for this. Your software has limitations that we're trying to overcome.
Calibrating.
See the floor freaking out then? That was a bit weird. Okay. One more puzzle to go. I think there's like 2 or 3 left in this area, but I'm only going to be doing one more.
All right. Alex asked me to take charge of this meeting. I'd like to think it's because my job is making sure the data your baby is going to produce gets into the baby you guys are building. And yes, I realize it's weird that I just called them babies. Anyway, I think the real reason I got this job is because I'm a little more blunt than she is. I know last week was traumatic. I know that all of us have lost family members. But we can't afford to slow down. Not right now. I know we can't all be like Alex. But you know how Trevor's dad died, and the next day Trevor came in anyway? And he was a bit glum, and he didn't make as many bad jokes as usual, but he worked just as hard? I need that from you right now. Just until we know all the basics are functional. Okay, guys? Love you.
Nice. Okay, this is a big boy puzzle, and I do struggle with the big boys. What are these doing? I can't actually see what these are doing. Oh, I bet you have to have something on both of them for it to clear it. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. And my stomach is making a lot of noise. I am one hungry man. Not entirely sure what to do here. Don't need you. I hope not. It's like I said, I think I'm going to have to end the stream within the next 40 minutes to an hour. Let me just see what she's saying. Yeah, I reckon she'll be home in about 45 minutes, so... About an hour you took on this one. Okay. An hour to do a puzzle I'd be fine with. Small space, big solution probably took me combined 2.5. There or thereabouts. Yeah. But then if you're missing the point, it kind of is hard, isn't it? I know we've talked about how okay. That gets the ladder there. I now need to bring that over here. What does that do? What the hell is this even doing? Oh, hold on. I better know what it's doing. Yeah, an hour to do a puzzle would be fine. Yeah, okay, right, that clears that. So... Oh, that's what I was saying, yeah. If you're not seeing the point of it, then it kind of is hard. It goes back to that whole thing of oh, once you finish it, you realise it's quite a simple solution. And it's not that hard. And it's like, well, it is hard. Because if it's difficult to see the solution, no matter how simple it is, that still makes it hard, doesn't it? Lots of potential for out of context discussion there. It's very hard. Most people didn't miss the point. And oh yeah, no, you're right. I think it does kind of come down to how many people. That's the only way to judge how difficult something is. How do I get you over there? What do I need to bring up here? I need to bring a fan. Oh, no I don't. No, yeah I do. I was going to bring the connector, but I need the connector to get in there. No, you'd almost need... You know, in choice-based games like Life is Strange, it says, oh, 62% of people chose to eat the bacon. 31% of people chose to eat the egg, and 4% of people chose to get off and shoot the... stand up and shoot the waiter in the face with a double-barrel shotgun. You need that sort of thing in a puzzle game. It's like, oh, X amount of people took this long. X amount. I know that still doesn't explain whether they found it easy or not, but time and difficulty are almost... They're relatable. There's some correlation there. I like that there's new music for this as well. It's, still feels familiar, yet new. Right, I've got to be missing something. It's true. I'd kind of want to see it. I want to see it from a level of interest, from a point of interest, but after I've completely finished everything. I wouldn't want to know going into it, oh, the average player took 4 hours to finish this puzzle. Would be like, oh, fucking hell, well, I don't want to do that. Let me think. So what do I need up here? I need another fan. Because I need to put a fan on the switch whilst I'm holding the hex... Oh, fucking hell. Come on. Idiot. There you go. Proper overthinking at its best there. It's like, how do I get this box over there? Well, you know, do that. So, now I can go up here with the connector. And I can do that. No, that doesn't reach. So does that mean I now need the box back up here? Oh, which I can do, it's fine. I just needed to block that to... Oh, no, it's not fine, is it? Yeah, decam, I'm really guilty of that in Talos. And puzzle games in general. I think I come up with what I think the solution is and I try and brute force it rather than going, well, it's definitely not possible. So maybe I need to reevaluate. I just keep trying to make the same thing happen. Can't get this over there, can I? No. Can I... No, that'd be cheating, wouldn't it? Didn't think that would work. I need the hexahedron up there. Got to be the tallest ladder in the game. Because I need the connector to be stood on the box. It's the only way that it's the only way it will connect. And I need that second connector. What do I need the second connector for? Oh, I see what I'd need it for. Right, I look forward to that one. And if you know what one that is, then if you decide to come along and watch me stream, you'll be able to laugh at me for 20 minutes, I imagine. Why did I do that? This obviously needs to be up here. Okay, that's fine. What am I not getting right now? Oh, God. No. Yes. No. Lovely. Right. Oh, don't tell me this doesn't work. Okay, that's work. Lovely stuff. I've already decided that that needs to be there. I'm being dense again, aren't I? Oh. That's surprising. I thought that was going to work. Oh, damn. What is the solution here? The only bit of floor you can see from up here is there, but I don't think the connector reaches there. You definitely can't go around the floor because you need too many connectors. You could have one here. One here. Yeah, you definitely can't do that. Oh, where the fuck's my head gone? In the shadow, I'm headless. Sort of thinking, hold on. That actually won't work. Do I need to like weirdly go back to that? And do I need to take another fan up with me? Huh. Just about see it, but not enough. Connect. Connect. That doesn't work. Okay, that does work. Yeah, this is a tricky one, this. This is a little toughie. Oh, why is there a red receiver on the inside of there? I never held this open from the inside. Well, I need that because I need to get something else up there. Tough. Why is my head like below my... Oh, maybe it's a deliberate bug. See, it's annoying because if that... That would work if I could connect this to somewhere. The only place that makes sense is over there, but can't connect up here, I don't think. No. You can just about get it there, but you can't connect to there. That does not work. Oh my god. Please don't tell me I need to go outside to connect up to it. That would just be stupid. What's it called again? Conundrum Cascade. Doesn't really tell me anything. Of curiosity. You can't put these on there, can you? You can't balance them. I'm a little stuck here. What's the purpose of keeping that open from the inside? I think that might just be an alternate way to hold that open. Like a bit of a red herring, maybe. The tightest line I can get on this. So bloody annoying. Is this what I feel like I'm now doing the thing I was complaining about? I feel like I'm now trying to persist with something that isn't going to work. I don't think I've said anything of use for about half an hour. Oh man. Very, very tricky, this one. I mean, you saw me with small space, big solution, so you know that it's not a you thing. It's very much a me thing. Well, not a me thing, an us thing, I guess. Why am I still trying to persist in making this work? Because I'm an idiot and I don't learn. Oh, fuck it. Blaming the puzzle is the easiest thing to do. Go! 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 If I do this 20 times, it'll surely work, right? Hold on. I'm just thinking. out loud with my hands. Oh, well, that didn't work at all. See, now, if I can get the hexahedron up there... then that'll be it, but... it's not going to work. You can't pick it out whilst jumping. Such a shame. It's irritating. This feels difficult, but it's more annoying than anything because it feels like you're almost there and... Doesn't work, does it? Because oh my god. Thought I'd cracked it then. Thought I'd cracked it, and I have not. Okay, well that just confirms even if you were to have a connector there, it wouldn't connect to that. Let me think about this. What does this look like in its finished state? You have the hexahedron here with a connector on top so that it can reach that. And then you have, presumably, yeah, a fan blade and this connector. So it looks like that, but with this connector on top of the hexahedron. How am I getting you up here is the problem. See, I can get it up here, but I'm going to have to take one of those down. Which I obviously don't want to do. Fuck's sake. Yeah. Because I can then just go... Oh, well, that was easy. Bang, done. But now this is stuck outside. And to get this up there, you then need to... I realise I'm just repeating steps here, but... You then need to do this. Which allows you to get a connector up here. Which is what I did a couple of minutes, or probably 10 minutes ago now, because time seems to fly when I'm playing this. And then the problem is I've then got to get the hexahedron back over there. I'm just going in a loop. I'm just looping here. It's really irritating. See, now I'm just back to... literally back to where I was about a minute ago. No worries, Decam. I don't think I am going to solve this. I think I'm going to stop in a few minutes. I'm just going to stare at it for a bit longer, but... Yeah, no, thanks for coming along once again. It's been really fun chatting, and I'll catch you hopefully again soon. Just can't crack this. This is the only way I can get stuff up here. I can get it up here via that fan, but I then need another thing holding that down. And I need something holding that down if I am to get everything up here. This is hurting my head. It's the exact reason you need to... Right. There's a... Let me get back up. I don't think I'm going to be able to solve this now, but I'm just doing this as thoughts for next time. There's a reason it has a connector on the inside. The only way you could connect to this without connecting to this is if that was up there on top of the hexahedron. It's the only way. You'd have that there. That connector would be on top. It's the only way you could link them up. I need that back on there, and then I need this to be here. It's annoying because I feel very close on this one. I think there's a very distinct possibility I might have to do this in reverse. So if I then go bang, bang. It doesn't work because I need they don't do what to do. Just trying one more thing and then I think I'm going to call it. Put you back on there. Pop you there. No. No, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to call it because I need to go soon anyway, and I'm not actually progressing. I'm struggling with this one. It's a toughie. So, it's been productive though. I finished the Road to Gehenna DLC, which was really good and really fulfilling to get past. Yeah, we'll keep chipping away in the beginning. I think this one might end up being really difficult. But I knew to expect that. Hopefully it'll only take a couple more streams, but I might mix it up for the next stream anyway, as to not just do too much Talos. But we'll see. So until next time, thanks to everyone who came along, thanks to everyone who chatted. That was nice. And I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after, but very, very soon for some more video game shenanigans on Super Gazelle, I guess. Still don't know how to end these streams. Bye everyone. See you later.